Today I'm going to do a video. The throttle on the car has snapped, so I bought another one and I will be fitting that today. I'll just show you how to do that. Hi, Toyota HILUX 3-litre diesel. I was driving yesterday and on the roundabout put the gas on and the throttle cable burst. So trying to look for one, found one on eBay, but they were about £40–60. Went to Originals at Toyota's and they said to me that the product was discontinued. So I picked one up from a breaker's yard in Wolverhampton, a guy I knew, and I picked it up for £10, so that's not too bad. So today I'm going to try and remove the old one, show you where it was broke from, and try and get this one fitted again and get the car up and running. Watch for the next one. Okay, I'm just going to show you where the cable was broke from at the throttle end, which is about here. That's where it's gone through. So if you follow the cable, that was supposed to have been attached to that linkage there. So if you follow this cable across here, across there, it goes into the bulkhead, through the bulkhead and underneath the steering rack, and it goes to the pedal. But if we watch it go through, there's supposed to be two fittings to that nut. Apparently I can't get to it because the servo unit is in the way. This is the servo unit, that big thing with a plastic container on it that holds the fluid. So apparently there's two bolts there. I can see the one, but the other one's hidden behind it, behind the red wire. So somehow I have to remove or move away the servo unit on the side so I can get to the bolt. I can show you the old one, the used one that I bought to fit in. This is the throttle cable. This one is for the engine side, it goes into the engine bulkhead. That fits onto the linkage. That's the adjusting bolts on that to adjust the cable. I mean, it's used, but it's in good working order. And this is what I was on about, the bolts that are stuck behind the servo unit. So there's a bolt on that one and there's a bolt on this side, and that attaches to the pedal underneath the dashboard, which is not too bad. I can get to it. That's just a clip that clips onto the pedal. So hopefully we should try and remove the servo and see if we can put this back in its place and renew it. Coming back to the work, just to let you know what's going on at the moment. I have been busy. Removed the front seat, which you've got about 4 bolts on, 2 on each side, one there, one just about there, and another one under this cover, that one there, and the other one just about there. So once I've removed that, remove the seat, and then I'm about to go underneath the dashboard. As you can see, I've removed the dashboard. I don't know if you can see it properly. So once I've removed the dashboard, just the cover, not the whole dashboard, we've had to go underneath it, and this is where I'll be able to show you, I'll try to show you where the bolts for the servo is. It's quite intense actually. Just trying to get this inside there properly so you can have a good look. So it's a bit difficult to show you where it is, but they're in there somewhere. So I've removed the 4 bolts which I've removed here, these ones, and that will enable me to move the servo slightly forward. As you can see, the servo moves a bit, once the servo moves a bit, we can get to the bolts to remove the cable, which is about there. You can see from this video here that I've tried to loosen up the bolt, this one, and then we need to loosen up that one. So by removing the 4 bolts behind the bulkhead to loosen up the brake servo, that becomes a bit loose with the screwdriver here, so I've pulled it out a bit. So this enables me to loosen up the nuts that I need to loosen up. So by putting a ratchet here, it's a special ratchet, spanner ratchet, I'm able to get into tight space. So hopefully these 2 bolts should remove, and then I'll follow from there. Here you'll see the cables completely out. That's the 2 bolts that I was trying to remove, one here and one there. And in there you can see where I've removed it from. So if you go back into there, remove it from those 2 holes there, right underneath. You can't see properly, but that bit there. So I've removed the servo back a bit so I can loosen up the bolts. And if you follow this wire back again to the linkage, so coming back on the linkage side, I've also disconnected it from there. So I've disconnected it from this side here. At the back there, you'll be able to see the 2 bolts that I've removed, and that goes into the linkage here. That's where it was broke from. So just a recap of what I was trying to remove, and that was this item here. This item, if you just put it on top of here, you'll be able to see what I've removed. And that was the defected one. Okay, the fitting is just a reversal. So I've managed to get the bolts back inside of this. So I'm just gonna try and tighten it up, as you can see there. And then once this is tightened on this side, then we can continue to put that one on the other side, which goes about roughly where I took it off from. So that's the bit there that goes into the linkage on this side, and then we should be able to wrap it up. Okay, this is the final bit to put the cable on this end of the linkage. So just put that to hold it in place first. That goes in there. And then this side, as you can see, this one just needs adjusting a bit. Just take the cable off a bit. Okay, that's another job just done. I've put the seat back. I've put the servo bolts underneath the dashboard, under the dashboard covers back on. All that is fine. It was a bit tight, but managed to do it. And then on the engine side, I put the 2 bolts that needed putting back inside. You can just barely see them. You can barely see the bolts there. There we are. The servo is back on against the bulkhead. Bolts are tightened up. That bracket's been done again. We follow the wire all the way back to the linkage. And that's been clipped on properly. And then on the linkage side, I've rewired it back again so it's operational, and once you press the pedal, the car can move forward. And that's how it works with that cable. So that cable is now in place. That one, this one here. So that's it. That's another job. Good job done. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.